Was there another one there or no?
Eventually, we need to put water in there. That's for the buds.
Set it down.
For sure.
I do have some. Yeah, I have some. One more here or?
Okay, this, we can imagine that this is a 3 square foot, let's just imagine this is 3 square feet, okay? This is how much space cabbages, kale, and collard greens need.
Per plant?
Per plant.
You need 3 square feet?
You need about 3 to 4 square feet. Okay? I want you guys to begin to imagine what a full-grown vegetable plant, how much space it needs. Okay? So, so, yes ma'am. Just put it in the box. We'll give it to the folks when we go home. What was here before? Does anybody remember?
Onions.
This was where the collard green was. If you look at the map, that's where the collard green was. This was that one that was huge, and Marcos was harvesting the leaves. When it got big, it got to take this whole space, that whole space. Okay? So about 3 square feet. So I'm glad you're here because okay. Yeah. Oh, let me. What does this say?
Lettuce. Oh, check out all the vegetables that need this much space.
Check out all the vegetables that need this much space. This is 1 square foot. So ideally, if our squares were 1 square foot, this is how much the lettuce would need 1 square foot. Remember that big lettuce I showed you on the far end? And it was 1 square foot? And then there was a little ones that were really close together? It all depends on you. Okay, it depends on you. Does your palate like baby lettuce? Or does it like full-grown lettuce? It's really up to you. So, Tanya, these are where the lettuces were. Right here. And amongst the lettuces, what did we interplant? Onions and garlic. For what?
Pest control.
To deter or confuse the pests, for them not to attack your vegetables. So, that's where a lettuce, a kohlrabi, a turnip, Swiss chard, bok choy, or a celery can grow. That's how much space it needs.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you use the pest control of the celeries and onions with your flowers?
Rephrase the question.
Okay, not in the raised bed, but where you have flowers or ornamental plants.
I would suggest you just grow all edibles. There's edible flowers, and we can talk about that later.
Okay.
But you're just talking about like if you have like a flower garden and you don't want pests in the flower garden?
Yeah, if you're not going to eat the edibles. Yes.
Just for pest control?
Yes,
Yeah.
just for pest control,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. What does it say?
I could be a beet or a
I
spinach.
can be
A beet
a beet or a spinach. This is how much space a beet or a spinach needs. So if I have 1 square foot, I can grow this much. 4 beets or 4 carrots. Now, what about this? That's why we were able to grow 162 carrots in a 3x6 plot. Because we can grow 1, 2, 3, 4, even more if you put them closer together, carrots. So if we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. In 1 square foot, you can grow up to 12 or a little bit more of carrots.
Excuse me, how many?
Hold on. Yes?
Millie, for the carrots, I mean, the radishes are pretty easy to sow directly into your garden bed, but I've not had any luck with the carrots, would you do those as starters or directly into the ground?
I would directly into the ground.
The thing with the carrots is that you have to put hot water over it to help it burst from its shell. If not, it takes like 3 weeks to burst. So you could help and hurry the process. That's the thing with carrots.
It was mentioned in our Master Gardening program, one of the horticulturists had mentioned that if you pour hot water on the carrot sprouts, that they will germinate much quicker. They generally take about between 14 to 20 days for them to sprout. So if you're impatient, at times what happens is you will replant something in the place of the carrots, and then you'll notice, wait a minute, why is that carrot growing? Well, because you didn't give it enough time to sprout.
How hot?
Germinate. Generally for carrots, for all the families, in your training manual, you'll notice that there are a classification of vegetables, and I believe under carrots there is anise, celery, and the family of the carrots. It takes that long for those types of vegetables. You had a question?
How much space that you can sow that right into
This much space.
right into the
Yeah. Any more questions?
How hot the water has to be? Is it warm water?
I would
or
say
hot
boiling water.
Wow.
So you plant them and then you just go down your row with your kettle?
You can, yes.
Don't get it on.
I think I just plant those first and then come back.
Okay. You guys have any more questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any way of sprouting them? Because I sprout so much, like in a sprouting jar, and then.
I've never tried it. You want to try it and tell us
Okay.
no? Okay, Sireno's going to tell us.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sirena has a lot of work throughout the day.
Yes, she does.
I'm glad you have the time.
That's why I retired.
Semi-retired.
Semi-retired. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, now how to transplant.